Yo, what is good, Knicks Nation? Welcome back to Knicks Media. This is Richie, and we got a Knicks victory to break down. The Knicks defeat the Detroit Pistons 105-91, and they snap a 5-game losing streak at home. Yes, that is pretty insane that we were on a 5-game losing streak at the world's most famous arena, Madison Square Garden. But we went up against literally the worst team in the NBA, record-wise, in the Detroit Pistons, and we got the job done. It wasn't pretty. We did get on a 22-point lead, and we let the Pistons fight their way back. But at the end of the day, the Knicks got the job done. We saw a dominant performance from Mitchell Robinson. Kemba Walker got another start. He looked good today running the point. Evan Fournier had a really good game. That's 3 straight games of Evan Fournier attacking the paint, attacking the rim, shooting well from beyond the arc. That's 20-plus points in 3 straight games. Julius Randle had an okay game, so I'm really excited to break down this one because this was a must-win for the Knicks, guys. I know that we're going up against the Pistons, but us Knicks fans know that we dropped 2 games to the Orlando Magic. So these type of games mean something to us because we need to get ourselves back on track and get some wins together because the schedule right now is a lot easier than it was the past couple of weeks. So now the Knicks get back on track. We have to go up against the Wizards and then the Hawks on Christmas, and we're still down a lot of good players. Obviously, there's 6 people on protocol, including Derrick Rose, who is out with a sore ankle. So that's 7 guys that's usually in the rotation for the Knicks that's out, and the Knicks are surviving. Luckily, the veterans are holding it down for the Knicks. So let's get right into it, guys. It started off a game where the Knicks outscored the Pistons 24-17. It felt like a defensive style game for the Knicks. You know, the Pistons just were missing everything. They were playing high intensity on the defensive end, forcing turnovers, forcing them to shoot some, aired shots, crashing the rim, crashing the boards, and did all really good things. And then the third quarter comes around, and the Knicks are just exploding on all cylinders. And a really interesting new move from Tom Thibodeau actually is Mitchell Robinson starts the second half at center when Nerlens Noel actually started the game at center because Mitchell Robinson was playing phenomenally in that first half, playing with energy, blocking everything, alley-oops from Kemba Walker, second chance points, putbacks, everything from Mitchell Robinson was phenomenal in the first half. So Tom Thibodeau gave him the opportunity to start the second half, and I'm really happy that he gave him that nod because Mitchell Robinson deserves that. Obviously, he's still not at 100% shape, but Mitchell Robinson played probably one of his best games of the season tonight. And when he's on, when he's in rhythm, man, when he's dominant, Mitchell Robinson is a serious force to be reckoned with. And I'm so excited he had that style of game. So the Knicks start off the third quarter on an 11-0 run. And at this point, you feel like the Knicks are just going to run away with it. Nope, they're not going to run away with it. They're the Knicks, right? So then the Pistons go on a run, and then all of a sudden, the third quarter ends with a tie. 32 points each from the Pistons and the Knicks, and the Pistons kept fighting their way back, but the Knicks luckily kept their foot on the pedal, and they kept going. They kept hitting timely shots. Julius Randle hit some shots down the stretch. Kemba Walker did as well. Fournier, Mitchell Robinson just doing everything he needed to do. Burks running the point for the most part. We even got the return of Damian Dotson tonight. I cannot believe he's back on the Knicks. He got some minutes tonight, but he didn't really do anything. He only got 4 minutes of action, had a rebound, didn't even get up a shot. And then Wayne Selden only had 8 minutes as well. But the rotation right now is pretty crazy because the only 2 guys off the bench that's really, impacting it in the rotation-wise outside of Selden and Dotson are Mitchell Robinson and Taj Gibson. So we're essentially running a 7-man rotation, and those are 2 big men, man. It's really crazy what the Knicks are trying to pull off with all these players in COVID protocol. So let's start off with Mitchell Robinson. 17 points, 14 rebounds, 3 blocks, 1 steal, 8 of 9 from the field. And this is the craziest stat. I hope Mitchell Robinson puts this on his Instagram story. A plus-minus of a plus 24. Mitchell Robinson was the best player on the court tonight for the New York Knicks, impacting the game on both sides of the floor, blocking shots like crazy, blocking 3-point jump shots, showing off the energy, the hustle, diving for loose balls. This is just everything I want to see from Mitchell Robinson. I know some people were really curious about what's going on with Mitch. Is he part of the future? I'm a big Mitch guy. I really feel like he has a future with this team. He just needs to get back in shape. And we saw what happens when Mitchell Robinson is in rhythm and in dominant force. He was just everywhere tonight. And then Evan Fournier, the New York Knicks are 9-1 every time he scores 18 or more. He had 22 points. 1 block and a steal. Didn't have the most efficient night, 9 of 24, but I like him taking a lot of shots, especially with all those guys out with injury. Kemba Walker had 21 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, 8 of 21 from the field. Kemba Walker did a great job tonight running the point. You know, he really ran the show. He's the floor general. He was throwing those lobs to Mitchell Robinson, just really, you know, held his ground running the point. Everything that the Knicks needed. And then Julius Randle, he had 21 points, 11 rebounds, a nice double-double, 3 assists, 8 of 18 from the field, 1 steal. Didn't have the greatest night shooting from the perimeter, but he was dominant in the paint and hitting those mid-range jump shots, and he had a plus-minus of a plus 13. He did get a lot of turnovers, though. 6 turnovers from Randle. There's a lot of sloppy play from Randle in terms of just sloppy dribbling. The Pistons kept going to the passing lane, stripping him from behind. Whenever he tried to hand it off to Fournier, it was like a sequence where it was just a really bad look for Julius Randle, but he did his thing. He did what he needed to do to get the job done for the Knicks, so shout out to Randle. And then Nerlens Noel did not really have a good game tonight. He had actually a plus-minus of a minus 10, and just did not have a good game. So shout out to Thibodeau for realizing Noel was not having a good game and giving Mitchell Robinson the reign, because he deserves all those minutes tonight. And then I got to give a shout out to Taj Gibson off the bench. He's running the 4. He's playing out of position. I mean, he did play the 4 throughout his entire career with the Chicago Bulls. So it's not like he doesn't have experience playing the power forward spot, but he's never really played the 4 for the Knicks with Tom Thibodeau next to Mitch, next to Randle playing the 3. This is what we got to do in desperate times. So shout out to Taj Gibson, 9 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. He actually hit another 3-pointer tonight, and he had a block. So the Knicks are surviving. They beat the worst team in the NBA. It's not something to, you know, pop champagne about, but these wins matter for the long run, because the Knicks are in a big-time hole. We're now 14-17 on the year. We have so many guys out with COVID, and Derrick Rose out with a sore ankle. So every single game matters right now, and luckily the Knicks got this dub, because it got a little too nerve-wracking for me down the stretch where I'm like, please do not blow this game, because I don't know if I'll be able to sit with the reality of the New York Knicks losing to the Detroit Pistons. So guys, please feel free to comment down below your thoughts about this game. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. Smash a like button if you guys enjoyed. I know the season has been a bumpy road for the New York Knicks. We started off 5-1. We feel like we're on top of the world. The whole bing bong stuff is going crazy on social media. We're the first seed. And then all of a sudden the Knicks get back to earth. We're not doing that well. We're losing. Kemba gets benched. Then we're struggling. We can't win games. And then everybody gets down with COVID. Every single player that has a good game seems to be on the protocols the next day. Let's hope that it does not happen to anybody tomorrow for the Knicks, because we need everybody healthy. I think the good news is that we could expect Obi Toppin and RJ Barrett back on Thursday against the Washington Wizards, so that's a good sign. And also, guys, if you're interested in going to the Wizards game, I actually have 6 tickets to that game. I'm not able to go because I have COVID myself, so I'm not going to be going. If you guys are interested in going to that game and you want some tickets, feel free to let me know. Comment down below or DM me on Twitter or Instagram that you want to go to the game. I'm selling the tickets for really cheap. They're pretty good seats, so let me know if you're interested. And yeah, that really does it for this video, guys. Hope you guys have a fantastic day, and let's go Knicks. We got the dub. Peace out.